Morning all, day 2, Wimbledon 2019, 64 matches today. Research is a little bit tougher on the second day because you don't have a day off the day before to do the research. So I was up till 2:30 this morning researching the first 50 matches. Finished the other 14 this morning, so I'm not sad to see the back of research for the first round. To get some bit more trading done today. Missed the last few matches yesterday. Missed some interesting ones, but let's go through in order. See the scores on the doors. Tipsarevic through in 5. I thought he would edge that one pretty much as expected there. It was 2-1 up. Comfortable 5th set. Anderson a little bit more comfortable. Thought he may struggle a little bit. He's been out for a while. Lopez through comfortably in 3. The umpire got injured in that one. Not sure what happened there. I wasn't watching it. Bautista through in 3. Opelka through in 3. Steva very rusty. Wawrinka comfortable. Straight sets. Mayer. I thought Gulbis would do a little bit better in that one. Mayer came through. Straight sets. Kachanov through no problem. Darcis, that was a nice trade. He started at a reasonable price and did go a little bit higher in the first set. Through in straight sets. Kudla through in 3. Seppi through in 4. Eliasim dropped the first set to Pospisil, which was a little bit unexpected, but fought back and threw comfortably enough in the end. Djokovic, no dramas. Hase, didn't see that one, but from the scores looks pretty comfortable. Obviously, or I'm guessing his serve was working well. Bit of a shock there. Tsitsipas out in 5. Fabiano's no mug on grass, but I didn't expect him to win that one. Heller through as expected. Did drop the second set to Kopil. Cuevas expected a tight match in that one. He came through in 5. He was 2-1 down. Karlovic, typical Karlovic match. Straight sets. Buster didn't manage a set in that one. I didn't expect Zverev to have an easy match with Vesely. I didn't expect him to lose it. So loses that one in 4. Very strange season from him this year. Lajovic managed a set. Verdasco through in 3. Medvedev through in 3. Pair very kindly dropped the first set. They expected him to drop a set. The perfect one is the first, and he obliged. Came through in 4. On Feast, 2 sets up. Retired in the 5th. Can't say too much about that one. Shardy, as expected, came through against Klizan. Did drop a set. Again, the first set. Very nice. Raonic, typical Raonic match. No great drama. Dimitrov was 2 sets and a break up in that one. I haven't had a chance to see if he was injured. I'd had to go out by this time. Pop a comment underneath if there's any details on that, whether he was injured. Just seem a very strange one, especially 6-1 in the 5th. Edmund comfortable. Disappointed that Granollers went through in straight sets. I expected that to go the other way, tight sets, but as I say, I thought that would go the other way. Goffin through, fairly routine, and Kekmanovic just dropped the 1 set to Bayena. On to the ladies. Herzog started slowly in that one. She was a breakdown, did break back, and then just lost the plot a little bit for the rest of that set and lost it. Very tight second set. She was actually 4-1 down in the 3rd. Did fight back. Good effort there. Tricky one to trade. Bartel disappointing again. Buskova through as expected. Thought we'd get a little bit better from Friedsam in that one. She led, I think, 3-0 head to head. Gasparian very motivated for that one. Grunting and screaming all over the place. Good effort to win that in 2. Kennin through comfortably. Ease was broken at the start. Came through easily enough in the end. Very good effort from Heather Watson there. McNally served for the first set twice. Heather finally took the set in a tiebreak and the American, just the spirit was broken there. The crowd was obviously backing Watson. Really good effort from her. It's about time. She hasn't put a decent effort in for a while. Thought we'd get 3 sets. Sakari and Pera. Sakari threw in straight sets. Svitolina didn't have it all her own way in the first set. Bagel in the second. Thought we'd see 3 sets. Yastremska, Georgie, Yastremska through as expected. Martic had a few problems with Brady's serve. She was getting a little bit stressed with some of the ball kids not getting a towel, etc. quick enough. She did fight through. That's a good effort from her. Kontovit did drop a set, which wasn't a huge shock. 6-4 in the third. That was a bit of a messy match. Puig threw 7-5 in the third. Bit surprised Pliskova needed a tie break in the second one, but she's through in straight sets. Swiatek, again as expected. Quite happy with the predictions actually yesterday. Thought she might take a set. Golubic, I think, took a 4-0 lead at the start of that match. Could be wrong. Alep, 2 tight sets there. Sasnovich just did enough to get through. Sabalenka's having a really strange season. Strong one day, crap the next. I think she had a breakthrough season last year, and I think this year people just have a bit more idea what she's about. A lot of power, but it's not really a quirky game. You can handle the power. She hasn't got a lot else to chuck at you, really. Anyway, Makova through. I thought she may need 3 sets against Krunic, who's not having a good year. Through in 2. Buzanescu through. I thought she would need to. Well, I actually thought Pegula might take that. Buzanescu, another one having a strange season so far, through in straight sets. Sevastova, comfortable enough. I did just enough. Kudermetova always looked in control of that one. Podapova started slowly, fought back really well, and a strong third. Thought Brengel would give Vondrousova some problems. Didn't think she'd beat her. Straight sets in that one. Osaka, I haven't had a chance to see if she was injured in that one. I thought she would get a bit of revenge from Putin Savers beating her recently. And she beat her again. There you go. Collins doesn't have a great record on grass. Dias is very inconsistent. I thought Dias might just sneak through that one. Collins in 2. Whitmire, good performance to beat Peterson in 2. Jakupovic not been good this year. Just won the 4 games against Flipkins. Kazakina disappointing. She's dropped a shed load of ranking points in that one. Tomljanovic in straight sets. Thought this would be interesting. I'm really gutted that I missed Venus getting beaten by the qualifier. The main thing, looking at the stats between them, they both had 3 break chances. Goff took them all. Venus took 1. That was a difference. Great performance from her. Wozniacki through, didn't need to complete the set. Sorribes Tomo retired. Azarenka, as expected, through, although I thought Cornet would take a set. Ostapenko. What's going on with this girl? Not a shock defeat, definitely. Shea's been playing well. Ostapenko won 25% of her second serve points, which becomes more significant when she was only able to get her first serve in 50% of the time. She hit 9 double faults in that one. A lot of work to do, and bit surprised to see this one at the end. Zhang beating Garcia. Again, haven't had a chance to see if Garcia was injured. A 6-love second set does suggest certainly something was wrong with her. Again, drop a comment beneath if you've got any info on that one. That's it for yesterday. Let's have a look at today's. Do the men first. A lot of one-sided matches in this one. Don't expect Alex to have too many problems against Cecchinato. Del Bonis in the second match. He's got a really poor grass record. Evans has been flying this year. No value in either of those first ones. Johnson should be too strong for Ramos, although if Ramos serves well, he can take a set there. I'll be backing Johnson if he loses the first set. He's looked pretty good. Kyrgios, who knows? Who knows which Kyrgios is going to turn up, what he's going to throw about the court. It's the first time they've met. Thompson's got better results in the last 12 months and also this year. His grass results are also stronger. Kyrgios reached the third round last year. Thompson's never won a match at Wimbledon. Will that be significant? I don't know. I don't expect Kyrgios to have an easy day. Thompson's certainly going to take at least a set. And I'm looking to lay Kyrgios if he breaks first or takes the first set. Nishikori should be comfortable. No value there. Ward and Basilashvili, first time they've met, overall results favour Basil. He's not got a great grass record. Ward also isn't amazing on grass, to be honest. Some value on Ward. I think he's going to take at least a set. Lay Basilashvili around 1.35 to 1.4. Remove some liability, 1.75. Berrettini should win that. A little bit surprised at his price. 1.18 is pretty low. Bedene usually doesn't, but can perform okay on grass, especially if his serve is flowing. I think it's worth a lay there. Take some liability out around about 1.3. Garin Rublev. Rublev poor on grass. Overall results favour Garin in the last 12 months and this year. Just want a little bit better price on him. 1.85 will do me in there. Istamin and Norrie, first time they've played. Neither great results in the last 12 months. Norrie's slightly better or slightly less shit. Istamin has won 9 of his 29 matches in 2019. Norrie's had some better recent performances on grass, so I'm going to give him the edge, but I want at least 1.9 before I get involved. Baghdatis has decent results at Wimbledon many years ago. Gets a wild card this week. First time they've played. Overall results are quite even. What else have we got? Bit of a coin toss, really. I'm going to go with the experience of Baghdatis in this one. He's not going to have many more chances at Wimbledon. Perhaps being a little bit lucky to get a wild card, and I wonder if he's got it because there's some talk behind the scenes of him getting close to the end of his career. He can't have too much longer to go. Simon should come through there over the best of 5. I'd expect him to drop a set, just lose concentration to drop a set, but he has been obviously playing well on grass, and he should come through. Back him if he loses the first set. Team isn't going to have an easy day with Sam Querrey. Querrey reached the final in Eastbourne last week. Last year he reached the third round at Wimbledon, and he also reached the semis at Wimbledon in 2017. So it's not an easy day for old Dominic. I think he's going to take it. It's going to be a really good chance of 5 sets. I think I'm going to wait to back him if he loses the first set. Maybe part stake on him if he gets broken early. Krajinovic. He's got stronger overall results. Not a great record on grass. Still think he's going to take this one. The German won a challenger title on grass 2 weeks ago. Although the people that he beat there were not of the highest standard. Yeah, I think it's going to be a long match. 4 or 5 sets. Could always lay the set 1 winner. Ideally, Krajinovic loses it because I'd like to back him at a higher price. Shapovalov, 0.14. Overall results are actually better for Berankis, although his best results were in challenges. Both don't have great results on grass. Certainly no value at that price. You could try a late and take some liability out around about 1.35. There's no value in that one. Sandgren, I don't think he's going to have an easy day. He's won all 3 of their previous matches. The most recent was 2016. All their previous matches were on hard courts. Overall results quite even, but favour the Japanese. Expect a long match, some value on Uchiyama. Lay Sangren around about 1.35 to 1.4. Take some liability out 1.8. Not a great price. Ruben. Jay Clark's pretty inexperienced. I'm looking for about 1.7 on Ruben there. Schwartzman, I think he's going to do well there, but he's priced too low. He's got he won his first grass matches last week. He's obviously been doing some work on his grass game. Ebden has a good record on grass, but not recently. He's been pretty poor in the last 12 months. And his recent performances on grass have not been too inspiring. I want at least 1.7 on Schwartzman. Tricky one there. Fritz against Berdych. What shape is Berdych in? He's got a superb record on grass and at Wimbledon. Just be careful with your stake size on this one. There's got to be some value on Berdych. Fritz won the title in Eastbourne last week, so it's not going to be easy for old Thomas. I would expect him to put up a good fight. Whether he's got the match fitness for 4 or 5 sets remains to be seen. Just be careful with your stake sizes, what I'm going to say on there. No problems, Federer. Struff leads their previous matches 4-1 against Albert. Most recent was on clay in May this year. They've never met on grass. Not a great price on the German there. Back him if he loses the first set. Song. Tomic needs to really get his serve going and gets a little bit of inspiration being back on grass. He's got a decent record. Overall results strongly favour Songa. Long-term grass results favour him. I can see Tomic taking a set back Songa if he loses the first. That's just such an uninspiring match there. Yeah, won their only previous match. It was on a hard court in March this year. Overall results are a little better. Both poor records on grass. Jay has lost all 4 of his career grass matches. I think he's going to struggle, but he should come through. Back him if he loses the first set. Anjuha, not great on grass. Kukushkin, not amazing, but I expect him to come through. He's got the better game for it. But he's got to at least lose the first set before I even think about getting involved. Bublik won the only previous meeting with Barrett. That was on an indoor hard court February this year. Bublik better 12-month results, and they're pretty even in 2019, but Barrett has better grass results. He's come through the qualifying rounds. Value on him as underdog. I think we're going to see at least 4 or 5 sets in that one. Lay Bublik around 1.5. Cilic, not been at his best this year. Very good grass record. Overall results in the last 12 months slightly better for Cilic. Manarino, stronger grass results in the last 12 months. I don't think Cilic wins this in straight sets, but I do expect him to win. I think it's worth laying him around about 1.2, take some liability out around 1.4. Millman, no value at that price. Doesn't have an amazing grass record, but has put in some decent performances recently. We can try a lay if you want. There's so many matches today, you don't need to piss about with daft little lays that probably aren't going to come to anything. But you could lay him and take some liability out at 1.2. It's your money, it's your choice. Novak, I think he's going to be competitive in that one. It's the first time they've played. Overall results favour Novak, although he plays most of his tennis on challenges. His grass results are also stronger, and he's come through the qualifying rounds. He did reach the final of a grass challenger a couple of weeks ago. Was that Nottingham? I can't remember. He reached the third round at Wimbledon last year. Vuksovic reached the quarterfinals in Stuttgart last month. Expect a long match, 4 or 5 sets, and I give Novak the edge to come through. No value on John Isner. Sousa should be too strong for Jubb. Jubb has only just turned pro. He's won 5 of his 9 matches. All of them were on grass. Sousa might get a little bit of a shock, but I still think he's going to come through. I've put to back him around about 1.6. I would wait for a little bit more. 1.6 should be okay, but strange feeling about that one. Just be careful. Nadal, unlikely to have too many problems with Sugita. Sugita's got a decent record on grass. He's come through the qualifying rounds this week. His ranking has dropped in the last 2 years from around 65, 66 to his current 258. So that gives you an insight into the state of his game at the minute. Could be straight sets. Fognini, I think some value on him there. He won the previous match, which was on clay, 2017. Overall results favour Fognini. TFO played well on grass last season. He reached the third round at Wimbledon, quarterfinals at Queen's. Fognini also made the third round last year at Wimbledon and also the year before. Long match, 4 or 5 sets. Value on Fognini. Lay TFO around about 1.5 and start to take liability out at around evens. Puig Gasquet should be a decent match. Puig starts as favourite. Probably mainly due to the head-to-head. 4-1 he leads. Most recent was February last year on an indoor hard court. 4 of their 5 matches were indoors. Gasquet's got a better record on grass. So some value on Gasquet as the underdog. Probably 4 sets, chance of 5. I think Gasquet's got a decent chance there. Lay Puig around 1.5. Take some liability out at 0.8 and lay the first set winner. Let's say slight edge to Gasquet in that one. On to ladies. What have we got first? Alexandrova, Siniakova. Alex leads 2-1. Most recent was October last year indoors. They've never met on grass. Overall results favour Alex. Grass results are also stronger. Siniakova reached the third round last year. Decent chance of 3 sets. Back Alexandrova around about 1.95. Christine McHale has a good game for grass. She seemed to be over her injury. I think she had a shoulder injury that was affecting her serve. And her results have started to dip again. Harriet Dart has been performing pretty well on grass. This is the first time they've played. Overall results quite even. McHale has better career results on grass. She lost in the qualifying rounds. Dart has taken sets from Kontovic and Tomljanovic in June, both on grass. She also took a set from Pliskova last year at Wimbledon. So some value on McHale, decent chance of 3 sets. It's really, I think this one is really down to McHale. If she plays anything like her best, she will win that. She just hasn't shown that sort of form for quite a while. Good chance of 3 sets. Lay McHale as she breaks first. Kuznetsova, Van Uytvanck. I can see why Van Uytvanck is favourite. This is the first time they've played. 12-month results actually favour Kuznetsova. 2019 results favour Van Uytvanck, and the Belgians' grass results are stronger. Kuznetsova lost 3 of her 4 grass matches in 2018. She hasn't played since her first round loss at the French Open back in May. I've got to go with Van Uytvanck, but I want at least 1.85 before getting involved. No great value on Wang there. Back her if she gets broken. Same with Mertens. 12 months results favour Mertens. Grass results also favour her. Ferro beat Bouchard and Gavrilova in Eastbourne last week. I think that's she was then disappointing when she got into the main draw. I think that was more down to Bouchard and Gavrilova being shite. Just no value in that one for me. Petkovic Niculescu could be interesting. Head-to-head's 3-3. Most recent was February last year on a hard court. Niculescu in straight sets. They've never met on grass. 12-month results are quite even, but favour Niculescu in 2019. And her grass results are much stronger. She won an ITF title 2 weeks ago on grass. Decent chance of 3 sets. Petkovic played okay last week. I'm still favouring Niculescu, but I want 2.2 or better for backing. Sloane Stephens, she's won both the matches with Baczynski. Most recent was on an indoor hard court in April this year. Both the previous matches were indoors. Overall results favour her. Grass results are quite even. Baczynski reached the 3rd round in 2017, so she's no mug on grass at all. I think we're going to see a better price on Stephens, and ideally she makes a slow start and gets broken, and I'll be backing her if she does. Strichkova leads 2-1 in previous matches with Serenko. Most recent was July last year on grass. Strichkova in 2. Both her wins were on grass. Basically, she's stronger on grass. Wait for 1.85, 1.9-ish before backing her. Next, Voegeli Kanepi. Head-to-head 1-1. Haven't played since 2013. Overall results favour Kanepi. Voegeli, terrible record on grass. Going to be greedy and wait for 1.7 on Kanepi. Favour Davis in that one. Overall results favour her. Grass results are a lot stronger. She lost in the qualifying rounds. Did she let that go to let someone else through? Has she got a lucky loser place? Don't know, but I'm still backing her. But I want at least 1.75. Tricky one there, Lynette Kalinskaya. It's the first time they've played. Overall results favour Kalinskaya. Lynette won an ITF grass title in June. That's her only decent week on grass since she did well in another ITF back in 2015. Good chance of 3 sets. I think I'm going to wait to see if Lynette gets the first break, and I'll lay her if she does. Zidansek should be too strong for Bouchard. Bouchard, obviously an ex-finalist. I think that was back. It was back in 2014. Losing that final and losing it badly seemed to set her career on a downward spiral. never really recovered. Chance of 3 sets as it's on grass. She may be lifted by the whole Wimbledon experience, but I expect Zidansek to win. Back her above 1.85. Could be an interesting one. Animisova and Kostea. Kostea's got a lot more grass experience. She just doesn't win many matches on grass. Anisimova played her first grass tournament 2 weeks ago and reached the quarterfinals in Mallorca. Little value on Kostea. Lay Anisimova if she breaks first. Remove liability when Kostea breaks back. And back Anisimova if she loses the first set. No value on Barty. Don't think it's going to be an absolute walkover on that one, but she's going to come through. Silly price 1.05. Diachenko, Mladenovic. First time they've played. Grass results favour Diachenko. Both players reached the third round last year, so some value on Diachenko as the underdog. Back Mladenovic if she loses the first set. I think she's going to take that one. Muguruza won their only match, was back in 2017. Overall results pretty even. Longer term grass results favour Mug. Maya reached the quarterfinals of an ITF tournament 2 weeks ago and has come through the qualifying rounds at Wimbledon. I'm hoping for a slow start for Muguruza. Back her if she gets broken. Simple one. Maria's won her only match with Kerber, but it was back in 2009. Kerber playing extremely well. Reached the final last week in Eastbourne, outplayed pretty much by Pliskova, but played well that week. Should be too strong for Maria. Bencic, as long as she's healthy, should beat Pavlyuchenkova, but no value at 123 anyway. Back her if she loses the first set. More likely, I think that Bencic wins that in straight sets. Siegmund, Katie Swan, first time they've played. Swan starts as favourite. Siegmund has not played on grass since 2016. That could contribute to the price. Decent chance of 3 sets. Some value on Siegmund. Late Swan if she breaks first or wins set 1. The Brits seem to be responding well to the crowd so far from what we saw yesterday. No reason to think she's going to be any different, but I still think the Germans' experience could just come through. Martinkova starts as underdog against Wang. It's the first time they've played. Overall results favour Martinkova. Grass results are also stronger. Wang did reach the quarterfinals in Mallorca 2 weeks ago. Martinkova come through the qualifying rounds this week. Good chance of 3 sets. Lay Wang if she breaks first. This is Flink's second grass tournament. She has come through the qualifying rounds. Decent chance of 3 sets in that one. Lay the set 1 winner. Could be worth laying. Badosa around about 1.45. Take some liability out at 1.9. Ponte, don't expect her to have too many problems. Doesn't mean she isn't going to have any. She should be comfortable in that one. No value. Kvitova is up against Jabeur, who has retired once and withdrawn from the last 2 tournaments. Jabeur's pretty good on grass when she's not puking on the court. I don't see Kvitova having too many problems in that one. No value for me. Kristina Pliskova starts as slight favourite in this one. Juvan has the stronger overall results in the last year and in 2019. Grass results are also a little better. More experience on grass for Pliskova. Decent chance of 3 sets in that one. Slightest of edges to Pliskova. I want to back her above evens. Jurovic leads previous matches 3-1 in this one. Never met on grass. He's got a poor grass record, 2 wins from 9 as a pro. Kakova's come through the qualifying rounds this time. Beat Lazicki and Lepchenko in the qualifying rounds. Fair chance of 3 sets, and despite the poor grass record, I think Jorovic takes it. Lay Kakov, is that how you say her name? Lay Kakov if she breaks first. Goeges, as long as she's healthy, should be too strong for Gabrielle Roos, although Roos has a decent record on grass. She reached the quarterfinals in Nottingham as a qualifier in June, and she's gone through the qualifying rounds of Wimbledon. The grass results are quite even. Goeges reached the semi-finals last year. Excellent performance for her in 2018. 2 weeks ago, she reached the final in Birmingham. I expect Roos to be competitive, and I'll be backing Goeges if she gets broken and then Roos holds her own serve. Sharapova shouldn't have any problems with Parmentier. No value. Stones has been in pretty decent form recently. She leads the head-to-head with Suarez Navarro 5-3. Most recent was May 2017 on clay. Stones won that in straight sets. Both the grass matches were in 2012. Stozer won at Wimbledon. Navarro won at the Olympics. Overall results favour Suarez Navarro. Stozer is a little better on grass. She did beat Kenin last week in Eastbourne, although Kenin was pretty tired. And she gave Kerber a decent match. Suarez Navarro reached the 3rd round last year, but has not had a good year so far. I'm going to go with Stozer for that one. Wait for 1.9. Townsend starts as favourite against Rodionova. Head-to-head's 1-1. Last time they played was on hard court in 2017. Rodionova won that in 3. Overall results favour Townsend. Grass results favour Rodionova. Some value on her. She's come through the qualifying rounds. Not a great record on grass for Townsend. She's won 2 of her 8 grass matches as a pro. Play Townsend around 1.4. Remove some liability around about 1.9. Serena should be comfortable. That one, no value. Mertens 1.06 against Minella. Overall results favour Mertens. Grass results much stronger. She reached the quarterfinals of Wimbledon last year. This season she reached the final in Hertogenbosch, and also the same as in Eastbourne. No value. Minella isn't great on grass. And a decent one to end the day. 2 strong grass players. Bekic leads 2-1 against Alison Risk. Most recent one was in June 2017. Risk won on a grass court in straight sets. Overall results favour Vekic in the last 12 months, and in 2019 Risk has better grass results, although there's not too much in them on the grass. Bekic made the 4th round last year. This season she reached the final in Nottingham, which she lost in a 3rd set tiebreak to Garcia. Some value on Alison Risk. Very good chance of 3 sets. Lay Vekic if she breaks first, and lay the set 1 winner. There's your 64 matches for today. Good luck if you get involved. As usual, I'll be in the chat room if you want to pop in. It's open to everyone. You don't need to be a member of TradeShark Tennis. Please, if you're not a member of TradeShark Tennis, become a member of TradeShark Tennis. And I will see you tomorrow.